I thought the one way too late. Don't ever make false. Like I needed it because for me.
Video time. Yeah.
عکس‌ها آزیا آورده همه
We got some
رو.
good pictures.
So it's overall the size.
Oh, there's my boy.
Yeah, I can literally wrap myself.
Buddy?
Yeah, my boy. You know he died, right? Yeah. And good pictures, good pictures. 40 of his? Yeah. Yeah. I have to take pictures of him because I don't have some. If I do, they're in storage. He didn't like permanent. Mine are all there.
I have some of these, but not all of them.
How are you?
You're here, Charlie, he's here.
Are you one of those? No, I'm not. I can skip Marcelo, no, Liz.
We'll take them, I'll make copies.
Oh, that's you? Yeah, and that's me. Oh,
It's hard to do more than. It's hard to do more than 10 minutes.
It's hard when you have to present and you're not used to speaking in front of people. But that, the emotion comes with it, that's really what it is, right? It's not so much the speech itself, it's the way it affects the audience, and the way it affects you when you're reading those words.
Samad was a source of great joy and inspiration to our hearts. Thank you for the precious gift of Samad's life and the time we were privileged to share with him. Fill our hearts with joy as we celebrate the legacy he left behind. As we honor his journey today, we thank you for his laughter, his wisdom, and the countless ways he touched our lives. Strengthen and encourage us through the difficult moments of grief, and may the memory of Sam continue to shine brightly in our lives. Amen. Amen. Is just talk a little bit myself, and then I'm going to ask Allie to come up. On April 3rd of 1947, and he grew up with 2 sisters and 1 brother. We only have the 1 brother with us here today. Later, he came to the United States to go to college, and in the summers, he worked selling ice cream on the Jersey Shore beach. And over there, you'll see his little coin clicker that he had when he was selling the ice cream. He became friends with Zia Ajir, and through the remaining years, their friendship grew into a brotherhood-like bond. While working at well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to let Allie come up, and then I'm going to pick up again, okay?
Thank you all for being here today to honor my big brother, Samad, though most of you know him simply as Sam. Sam was the 2nd child in the Akbarpur family, and Dr. Holakui often reminded us being the 2nd of 5 is never easy. Responsibilities find you quickly. Expectations grow heavier. And yet Sam carried all of it with a strength that set him apart. Time and time again, he proved that he could shoulder anything. He was always the first to stand up for each of us, ready to support, ready to defend, and ready to protect our family no matter what the circumstances were. He also had a deep appreciation for modernization of life. Long before telephones were common in every home, Sam was the one who asked, or I can say it here, pushed our father for the deposit so we could have a landline. He was the one who convinced our father to buy our first family car and later our first television set. Sam had a vision of what the life could be, and he gently pushed us all forward. At my father's store, Sam was always by his side, steady, dependable, and willing to help in any way he could. His reliability was something he could build a life on. When I moved to the United States, Sam and I became roommates for many years. One memory still makes me laugh, even though at the time it could be ended very differently. Sam had far more experience in the kitchen. Probably most of you know. So we decided to make a special breakfast stew, and that we used to enjoy back home, a dish that needed hours of slow cooking.
Now you gotta tell them what it is.
Yeah, it was kalle pache. So we started the night before, but both of us fell asleep. Around 3 in the morning, we woke up to an apartment full of smoke, all the way to here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. This was before smoke detectors were common. We rushed to turn off the stove, open every window and door to let the freezing New Jersey winter air pour in. Thank God we did not burn the building down. That morning, we settled for egg sandwiches instead. Over the 45 years we both lived in the US, we stay in touch off and on. Life kept us busy, but as Sam was just retired, we were fortunate to reconnect more often. Just a week before his trip to Mexico, about a year ago, we had a wonderful conversation. He told me he would call when he returned to Florida. I still cannot believe that call never came. It is hard to accept that he is no longer with us. Sam will be remembered for his strength, his loyalty, his humor, and the countless ways he shaped our lives. Rest in peace, Sam. You will be remembered and you will be missed. And I have it.
Do you want me to now?
No, I just wanna know when.
Oh, I don't care.
After Zia.
Okay.
Zia, you're up.
Goodbyes are only for those who love with their eyes. Because for those who love with heart and soul, there is no such thing as separation. This is by Rumi. You get, So I'm gonna have it in فارسی. خداحافظی فقط برای کسانی است که با چشمانشان عاشق میشوند، چون برای کسانی که با قلب و روح عشق می‌ورزند چیزی به نام جدایی وجود ندارد. Thank you.
Good morning.
I bet everybody knows me now, but I'm going to say my name. My name is Zia Ajir,
Can you hear back there?
and I am Sam's best friend of 42 years.
42 years.
We met in school in Jersey City when I was introduced by some of my Iranian friends. A few weeks later, we end up in the same school where he would tap my on shoulder from the back to help him with the school. Okay, I eventually become a tutor. And our friendship blossomed from there. A few great memories of our time together in college was when we would go out and have a good time with our Iranian friends. One night Sam invited me over for dinner, and I met Sandy. We had a wonderful dinner together, and I end up passing out on the couch. Next morning, I asked Sam, what did you put in the food? And he smiled at me. Sam was always a good cook, and during our time after school, I would spend some of my weekend with Sandy's family. We would take a trip with Sandy's parents to Pocono, which is some of my greatest memories I have with Sam. One weekend, we went out to Pocono. The weather was not great and was drizzling. So we decided to stay in and drink. We got hungry and Sandy prepared some chicken to go on the grill. I was supposed to be watching the chickens on the grill while Sam went to prepare the salad. However, I fell asleep. On the day, because the breeze felt so good and the rain felt great. Especially after a long day drinking. The next morning, I woke up in the cabin and Sam yelled at me. You son of a gun.
I bet you didn't say that.
Ruined our dinner. No breakfast for you. Sandy, don't make breakfast for me. Another good memory I have of our time in the Pocono is when Grandpa Sweeney would make the amazing Bloody Mary. We finished the Bloody Mary, so Sam and I went on an adventure to find more liquor. We end up crashing a wedding and trying to take liquor from the bar because we couldn't find a single liquor store. In 1984, I met Anna, my wife, and a few years later, we planned to be married. I asked Sam to be my best man, and his reply, if you will become my best man. This is when I found out and he and Sandy were married. I was so excited and happy for them. Sam later became an uncle to my two beautiful daughters, who admire him. Sandy and he would sometimes go on trip with all of us on the Pocono and Orlando. Yes, we love the Pocono. We spent many vacations together in Hilton Head, in Mexico, and I would always cherish those special moments with him. Sam was always a loving and caring person. Like he would always call my wife when I was away in Iraq to make sure that she is okay. He was unlike any other of my friend and always had a good heart. He would truly miss. Rest in peace, my friend.
Very nice. Came to the office to apply for a job, and he got hired. Then he brought his brother Alan, who also was seeking employment, and he too was hired. Sam drove me crazy. He would come into my office repeatedly and ask me to go to dinner because he wanted to repay me for hiring he and his brother. I told him that's not necessary, but thank you. He kept coming back, day after day after day. My secretary said to me, she says, Sandy, why don't you go? I says, he only wants to take you to dinner. I says, I don't want to go out to dinner with him. Anyway, 2 more times he came in on different days, and finally on the 3rd time, I gave in. And I was really surprised as we went to New York City. Never expected to go to New York City on a date for just having dinner and hiring somebody. So, and then a movie also. However, the movie was Alien. And scary. But at least it wasn't a romantic one. We dated for approximately 5 years, and then we married in 1986. And many of you were there to help us celebrate that occasion. Sam had a very entrepreneurial spirit and wanted his own business. But New Jersey was too expensive to get going for a business, so he, for some reason, wound up in Georgia. And he bought a dry cleaner. It was a very hard decision for me, as my daughters lived in New Jersey. And they were having babies, and that meant moving away from them. But my place was with my husband. No matter how hard it was, that's where we belonged. We saw each other as often as we could, the family. Especially with him starting up a new business, he couldn't get away at all. Farhad had actually tried to talk him into coming to work with him in Florida, but he wound up in Georgia instead. While I stayed back in New Jersey packing up all of our stuff and getting ready for this new opportunity we were going to. In the meantime, my mom and dad, I don't know if they went to Florida or where they had gone, but they were on vacation. And on their way home, they decided they'd just make a side trip and stop by and see Sam and how he's doing in his new business. Well, of course, like anything else, anything new is hard to get started, and you're busy and crazy and not sleeping enough, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But they saw how busy he was, and they decided that he needed help. So what they did, they decided they were going to stay there with him. There was no reason. They were both retired, and they didn't have to run back to New Jersey, so they stayed there for several weeks. And then when they returned home, they decided to put their house up for sale and move to Georgia. They loved it. As time went on, Sam decided he wanted to get into the construction and building houses. So he was going to put the store up for sale, but of course it doesn't sell like this right away, it takes time. And so I decided to run the store. Oh, I have to tell you about something. I decided to run the store while he got started in the construction business. And I kind of knew everything inside and out, except for one day, one of the customers brought me a beautiful knit outfit for their wife to be cleaned. No tag to tell you what to do. I threw it in the dry cleaner. Can you imagine what happened? You couldn't wear it anymore. So anyway, that was the worst thing that happened to me while I ran the business. Sam in his building, he just loved doing the construction, okay, and he built beautiful homes. And one of the awards is over there that he won for a year as Builder of the Year. So, we're very proud of him. At that meeting for Building of the Year, when they gave him his award, as a matter of fact, it's up here now on the screen. I don't know where the other one was, it might have been before, but he met President Kennedy.
Oh, wow.
Kennedy? He was at that meeting.
Not Kennedy.
Clinton, I'm sorry, Clinton. It must have been the picture before the one I just saw. I saw it, I tell you. Clinton, President was there. I said, the President was there? My gosh. Anyhow, and I do have President Clinton written down here. That's what you get when you go
Rogue.
roaming.
Sandy, right now.
Oh, okay, good. Anyway, I was very proud of him, and he just enjoyed his job tremendously. Then came along COVID. And COVID just shut everything down. So here we are with homes that aren't selling, of course.
Wasn't COVID.
Nobody's
Wasn't
moving.
COVID. Wasn't COVID.
Wasn't COVID.
It was the housing market.
It was the housing market that crashed. It was
The crash of the housing market. COVID was,
It wasn't COVID?
Before that. Sorry.
I swear it was COVID. For 2 years there, we weren't able to go anywhere and do anything.
that was the crash of the housing.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, well, so it was at the same time,
Oh,
you say.
no.
No, COVID was later.
COVID was later.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right. Anyway, everything went crazy. He was losing too much money, so of course we closed the company. My mother needed help at home, and she was in her 90s, and she required some attention. And since I had a job with health insurance, and Sam wasn't working at the time, and rather than send him out just to get a job somewhere, what's the matter? Nothing, just going, okay. I lost my place. There you go. Anyway, he decided to stay home then, since I had the insurance, and he took care of him, okay, while I went to work. And then, as things went on, we also made the decision that it would be easier as she got older to take care of her if we were living with her. So, we decided to move in with her because Lynn had already passed away, her husband. And Sam complained the most about his trips to Target. Because my mother would spend hours in there, like 3-4 hours. She'd go in there, she'd read all the Hallmark cards, and then she'd buy some. So that's the one thing that he complained the most about, taking care of her. So, she spent that much? And believe it or not, I have the Hallmark cards at home in a box too. I still have them. Of course, there were other things, you know, that needed care, but he didn't complain much. But Target, he did. After Mom died, I had a hard time living in her house. I mean, it was her house, not mine. And even though we lived there for a while, every room I saw my mother.
Yeah.
Everything was my mother. And I couldn't handle it anymore. So I said to Sam, I said, we've got to get out of here. I said, I can't handle it. So we went down and visited Lynn. And Lynn arrived, she's in the back over there, she just arrived. And I guess we must have gone when it wasn't real hot. Because we liked it, so we didn't come during the summer, obviously. So we decided we'd move here. And we bought a house about 20 minutes away from her, so we'd be fairly close to see one another. And then after that, she decided to move 2 hours away.
I want to be on the West Coast.
But couldn't she have told me that when I moved?
The housing market went boom, so I go boom.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, we owned a timeshare at Vidanta in Mexico, and we loved traveling there yearly. Ironic, that is where Sam took his last breath. And I think all of you know what happened. Is there anyone here that doesn't know what happened? Because I guess not, everybody knows. So he died in a happy place. And he didn't suffer. He died before he reached the water. So he didn't even know what was happening to him. And luckily, Anna and Zia was with us. And at that point, they took care of everything for me. Sam loved to watch old cowboy movies. And I mean old ones, black and white. I hate watching black and white movies. I hate them. I didn't mind because he watched them over and over. I didn't mind watching the colored ones over and over, but the black and white ones, not for me. So you'd see him watching movies on TV and Western movies. And it could have been the umpteenth time, it didn't matter. That's why I brought the stagecoaches that are over there that you can look at, okay? And his cowboy hat, because these are the things that he loved. Sam and I never had any children. We tried, but it didn't work. We had visited Nicole shortly after her twins were born, and we wanted him to hold them. And he came over to me and he whispered to me, he says, "I don't know how to hold a baby." I said, "Well, you see us holding the baby. What's the big deal?" "Sandy, no, I don't want to hold the baby. No. Well, we went over and just put the baby on his lap. And he just warmed up like whatever. But he had never really held a fairly newborn one. He's months old, but not a baby. So, and there's probably pictures on there. I'm not sure if they're up there or not. Camping, as Zia said, we went camping. The Poconos, Florida, anywhere in between, we would go. We started out, and there's a picture in here, up there of a very small little travel trailer, 18-footer. We started pulling that with the car, and we'd go, and we'd put the tents up. And of course, that was a lot of fun. There's the one time I give him the That's the time he told me no. And then my parents were coming, Anna and Zia were coming, Timmy and Susan were coming. Everybody was coming, so we had to get bigger one. So my mother bought a piece of property in a campground in the Poconos, and she bought a big trailer and put it on the trailer, so we had places for everybody to sleep. And that's one of the places you fell asleep after having too much drink. The fireplace. So it was a lot of fun.
Not only once.
No, many
More than
times.
one time.
Oh, yes, many. We had a lot of fun, we really did, lots of memories, too many memories, it'd take all day to tell you about them. And then we decided to buy a camper that I think was about 30 feet, a drive-it one, okay, an RV. We had that for a year or two, and Grandma and Grandpa wanted to come along with us, so we had to get a bigger one. So we got a 48-footer that had 3 slides, and there's a picture of that in there somewhere too. And we all did our thing and went camping some more. So, and I guess about 2-3 months before Sam passed, okay, we put the RV up for sale, and a couple who were snowbirds. They live up in Michigan and come down here in the wintertime, and they bought our camper. They just fell in love with it, and it was the first people that even came to see it. They're friends of ours now, okay? So they want to keep in touch. It's just, everybody loves Sam. They just loved him, you know.
It's good. It was good.
He teased me a lot. Sometimes raised his voice, but we never went to bed angry. And that's the one thing I said we would never do, and we never did. So my mother was the opposite. My mother, do you remember Tim by any chance? Grandma would get mad, she wouldn't talk to Grandpa for 3 days. 3 days! We'd go over there and he'd say to me, Sandy, she hasn't talked to me yet. I said, what? No. So I said to Sam, one thing, we get married, we don't ever go to bed angry. You have to talk to me. So anyway, I'm getting there, I'm almost done. So I would like to know, you don't have to come up here, but would somebody else like to share something?
I am Uncle Sam's niece by way of Betty Sweeney, Aunt Sandy's mom, who married my mom's adoptive dad. So we're all a nice little blending of cultures, and he adopted my mom in Korea. So, and then eventually married Aunt Sandy's mom. And so we had this nice melting pot of family through by step sisters, and it ended up becoming this beautiful family we have. Uncle Sam, he always like spoils all his grandbabies and his little nieces, and even though he didn't have children of his own, he spoiled them. But he also likes to pick on them, and like with me, I had a very chunky, Aunt Sandy, I'm telling the little babies when I was a baby about the chunky. I was very chunky, and so they always called my arms like bread loaves, and so as you could see where the tan started and where the pale skin was there too. So he would always grab, whenever he'd see me after being away for a while, he'd grab my cheeks with his teeth and like bite me. And I was like, ah! And it was just such even though I was like, stop it, it was always just his cute way to say hello to me. And I even at 40 some years old, I still remember that. It was always a joy to see him because he acted like, he just always was so happy to see everyone when you come through the door, and I always appreciated that. As everyone's talked about, he hadn't fallen asleep around me when making a meal, but he loved to cook, as everyone knows, and always enjoyed the rice, and loved always getting the crispy tahdig. Is that how you say it? Okay. That's such, I'm half Asian, so I love rice altogether, but the crispy at the bottom is like amazing. So I felt like Uncle Sam, I just had to always make sure I grabbed at that pot every time I came to visit. And
They
then,
fight for it.
yes, exactly. And then his feta cheese, oh my goodness. If you have, his feta was like a game changer. And unfortunately, I've always wanted that recipe, and
I never
to
got
want
it
from
either,
him, but I didn't
I'm gonna
get it.
try it from the book.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yes. And then making potato chips and just being experimental, and I enjoyed Uncle Sam's cooking and his love for making sure people are nourished. You eat with the family, you break bread with the family, and that was always, I know that was very important to him. And also, he was a pretty decent chef, right? So those are my stories, but he was just a joy and always so lovely to, as soon as you see him, it's just that smile can light up a room, and I will certainly miss his smile. Thank you.
Hey.
Any other one on the podium?
I like to hold the microphone so you can all hear me nicely. Unfortunately caught another sinus infection for the third time this year, so we're coming off the end of it.
I
But
can't hear
name's-
you. I can't hear
Oh,
you.
this is off?
No, it's on.
No, it's on.
It's on.
It's on?
Yeah.
Can you
Because
hear
nobody
me?
talks as loud as she does, so.
Yeah. I have to use my FM radio voice for that. That's great speech. But my name's Kusha. I'm the first son of a Heli, which is Sam's youngest brother. Have some thoughts for Uncle Sam. Yeah. I'll always remember his laugh, his joy, his generosity, and his easygoing attitude that set a positive example for us to become better young men. We got to meet him and our Auntie Sandy later into our lives, seeing them now and again for holidays and other visits. We loved showing them around our home city of Seattle, hoping to convince them to move up there. But we especially loved spending time with our uncle because he was such a joy. It wasn't a lot of face-to-face time, at least not as much as we thought we would hope. But we cherished every moment. Our favorite moments were where we would hear new stories about his childhood, what he had planned for his next trip, and new secrets about our dad. Growing up with a mom and dad is a blessing in its own right, and we didn't have much exposure with our other relatives, so Uncle Sam brought a new perspective for both of us to learn about our family history, which also helped us figure out an explanation for our weird family quirks and tendencies. One day, speaking with Sam solved about 10 years of confusion over why our dad acts the way he does. Sorry to make it funny. Love it. I also got my little brother in the crowd, Kian. Uncle Samad set an example to live life enjoying everything the world has to offer, to see the beauty and fun in new experiences, and how to love and be patient caring for little pets, especially with his and Sandy's dogs, Ike and Buddy. Uncle Sam, we're going to always think of you, always miss you, and always to try to be like you. Thank you.
He passed away. It goes back to Elizabeth, New Jersey, 1976, when I met Sam. I met him with a gang of 5, I think, from Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you know it or not. It was Ali, it was Abby, Jeff, Sayed Jeff.
Okay.
Cousin is Mike and Sam. He's about 49 years last year, and his 2026 is 50th year. I know Sam.
Long time.
Yeah. I'm just gonna highlight a little
Okay, take as long as you want.
Oh,
Lunch is coming at 1, so you have half an hour.
49 minutes. 11 minutes more than my name is Mahmoud, and as I said, I know Sam from 1976. We grew up with Sam. We, I mean my wife and my 2 kids, which they are 48 years old and 42 years old.
Working.
So we really grew up with Sam. My kids grew up with Sam, and my older son, which is gonna be 48 next week, his first playpen was from Sam. Yeah, I was one of those lucky guys to be Sam's friend for 49 years. I remember Pocono. Pocono it has a lot of name today. Everybody talks about it. Pocono, grandma, popcorns, videos, flyers. And when my son was 8 or 10 years old, Sam was the first one made him drunk.
At 10?
No, I think it was 8 or 10.
No.
11.
2 years, 4 years.
No. Arash was 3, 4 years old. Mehmet was about 10 years. And we were in Pocono one day, and my older son is walking like a crazy guy. And his Sam said, "Oh, he had beer. I just gave him one can of beer." That was the first time we met him. We walked together in Manhattan, in parking lot, in Broadway. I remember we used to buy lunch, $2.50 for 2 guys, $1.25 each. Good old days. I remember your South Brunswick house, and you had a snow white dog.
A stone white what?
Snow white dog.
A dog that was white.
White dog, Snow White. I thought about the name a lot, and I came up with Shiva. I don't know if you remember.
Shiva was black.
No, it was white.
No, you had one.
You had a Snow White dog named Shiva. Color was Snow White in South Brunswick. Maybe this is Shiva number 2. Maybe Shiva number 2, but I think.
It was like the name Shiva.
So, I mean, this 50 years,
Listen,
maybe
all of us started with the name Smokey for the dog. So she
Believe
had
it or not.
Smokey, I had Smokey, we had lots of Smokies.
Believe it or not, it took me 20
She also
minutes to
had
come up
Sheba.
with this name.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
thinking,
yeah,
what
no,
is the
right.
name? But finally,
You're
I had
right.
to think
But
about
Uncle
20
Sam doesn't like
minutes.
the name.
Sheba.
If you asked me, I would have given you the name.
I know,
all
I
of
was
them.
gonna find out myself.
I love it.
And then, oh, he loved the Pontiac Bonneville somehow.
Oh,
When he was 29 or 30 years old, his favorite car was
There might be.
Pontiac Bonneville.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And you know what else? While you're there in the Poconos and the Bonneville, we had to go home and they had brought their dog with you. You brought your dog with, and we had to take it home. And Sam says, no dog's riding in my car.
No, no.
Well, I think we finally got him to take him, but anyway, Sam loves dogs.
yeah.
But he had, I don't know if that's an Iranian thing, is it an Iranian thing for animals? To not like dogs and
Not
that?
really, but he really did, yeah. And I don't wanna take your time, you know, Sam was from Shiraz, and same thing, is a famous poet from Shiraz, Sa'di. Everybody knows Sa'di, at least Iranian people.
Cabbage rice.
So, I'm gonna read, there's a poem from Sa'di, he's a famous poet from Shiraz.
Uh-huh.
He has only about 23 lines, I'm gonna read it to you. Just getting 2 lines. I read the first line, and that's it. Then, as the meaning of these 2 lines, the whole 23 lines, it says, life is sweet, life is beautiful, but unfortunately, it's not forever.
No.
That's what this poem in Farsi says. So I'm gonna read this 2 lines in Farsi, and
That's fine, please.
and Sa'di says, خوش از عمر دریغا که جاودانی نیست، پس اعتماد به این 5 روز فانی نیست. The meaning is the same thing. Life is short, but unfortunately, it's very short. But the good thing is very sweet. And the last line, you guys go get the other 21 lines and read it. It's really good. It does explain why the life is really nice and sweet, and explains what to do. And the last line says, ولی به خواجه عطار بود ستایش مشک مکن که بوی خوش از مشتری نهانی نیست. I will forever cherish the memories we shared, and thank you, Sam, for your friendship. We miss you every day, but grateful for every day we have you.
They're turning blue though, that means.
Okay, so, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Nicole, those are my kids that keep saying cake. Anyway, I have a granddaughter, Sandy's granddaughter as well.
Mommy's gonna help. Grandma's gonna help.
No. Yeah, I don't think I've grieved this yet because as everybody has talked about, they moved to Florida, or Grandma and Grandpa moved to Georgia, then my mom moved to Florida, and we're still in New Jersey. And there's been, times where we've had a lot of gaps of time in between. I guess I'm just still waiting to see him, waiting to have our visit. So I think this is just really hard for me. So I'm sorry, I'm a blubbering mess. You guys have to help me.
Look, you're coming for moral support,
On both sides.
Here, could we put this up here? Anyway, you know, as much as we didn't get to see each other, we spent a lot of time together. I spent my summers growing up with my grandparents in Georgia, and please, I'm talking. Go see mommy. Go see mommy. You can finally talk, and you're pretty nice. We spent, you know, I spent my summers in Georgia with my grandparents, and you know, my grandpa, as my grandma said, she worked, she had the health insurance, so my grandfather was always home, and he was the one that picked me up from the airport in his neon colored polos, with his big funny hats, just standing there smiling.
When he picked you up also to eat.
Oh, I forgot all about that. Always had Mentos in his hand, and I think that stopped probably when I turned 20 or something like that. It was a long time. I think I was like over Mentos by the time it actually stopped. But yeah, I mean, it was there. We've had so many memories. You know, we went to baseball games. He would take me to the mall and just walk around aimlessly with me and with his hands behind his back like he always did, and just so patient. You know. The first time we went to Mexico, he was so excited to show me around Mexico. And like Grandma said, he died at his happy place. He loved Mexico. And
Best friend.
what?
With his best friend.
With his best friends, yeah. And I think I wrote something down, but I don't even remember what I wrote. But yeah, I mean, he's gonna be missed, and you know, I'm sad that I won't get to see him pick me up from the airport, or that he won't get to see my kids grow up. But he was very, very loved, and he had a very loving family that he built with my grandmother. And man, he put up with my great grandma. I don't know how he did it. It was almost like he was married to my great grandmother, the way they fought. You know, she threw a remote at his head once. That I was there for. You weren't there. I was there. I forgot about. She threw a TV remote at his head. And I don't.
Sweeney was a unique lady, right?
Yeah. I don't know how he put up with her for so long. I honestly don't. I think I probably would have left the house. But
You
what?
never win against her.
No, you don't win with her. So, guys, come on.
It's okay. Exploring, they're exploring.
So yeah, that's basically all I have to say. We all know how great he was. We could talk for hours. I do have a poem that my father's longtime girlfriend asked me to read that she wrote. She was really upset that she couldn't be here. Not this past trip to Mexico, but the trip before that, we all went to Mexico together with my dad and his girlfriend and my wife. And so I'm gonna read the tribute to Sam that my dad's long-term girlfriend wrote for him. It says, "My heart is there with you today to celebrate Sam's life and how dear Sam has touched us all and added to our lives. His humor kept us laughing, his smile warmed our hearts, his zest for life contagious, and that is just the start. His caring words would lift us or ease our troubled minds. He'd share advice and knowledge, he'd stand right by our side. His hat was so iconic, just close your eyes to see the man we love and honor, I'm sure you'll all agree. And now please take a minute and hold your glasses high and toast to a man in our hearts, a love we cannot deny." I probably just should have taken credit for that, but I'll give her the credit. So yeah, that's it. him in the kitchen with my mom and them fighting about what's cooking and teasing my mom and always trying to convince my mom to open a restaurant.
Two good cooks.
I love that he always would make people laugh and joke around with everybody. He was a very unique person and such a kind-hearted person, and he will be dearly missed by all of us.
You know, I'm sorry that we scheduled this, okay, during the hottest summer months here. But I made it in March, and it was a holiday that I had to change it, and then we picked another day, the room wasn't available. So Lynn says to me, you know what? She said, we should have made this for better weather for you guys who are coming out of town and aren't used to this human, but you wanna come up? You can't come up, you have nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go up. No, Mommy can pick you up. There you go. Now you're up. What do you wanna see? You wanna say hi? You wanna talk over here? Say hi to everybody?
No.
Let it. Come here. But anyway, I wanna thank you all for coming. It's been wonderful seeing everybody, sharing memories, crying, whatever. So, I guess what we'll do is we'll just end with a prayer and hopefully food will be coming soon, okay? Unless anyone else has anything else they'd like to say. We give thanks for our loved ones whom we remember today, not just Sam, but Dawn, for all the ways in which their lives touched ours. For the difficult as well as the good times, for the way in which their lives and their love continue to be with us. In our sadness and with thanksgiving, we will remember them. Amen. Amen. Okay, talk or whatever for a few minutes till